This is my wife's gun, and it doesn't work for her. My wife has this gun. Her sister has this gun. My mother has this gun. This Smith & Wesson airweight revolver, or Little Snubby, as I like to call him, seems to be the go-to gun for women and beginners. This revolver is not necessarily a bad gun, but is probably not the right gun for you. Revolvers are often sold as easy, reliable, and perfect for beginners and women, but there are some realities that don't get talked about enough. The first drawback is trigger weight. This trigger requires about 12 pounds of force. So for new shooters, especially those with smaller hands or less initial grip strength, a heavy trigger can cause shaky aiming, anticipation flinch, fatigue, and frustration. This isn't a gender or even a strength thing. I personally hated shooting this gun. I cannot believe that this is my wife's daily carry. The frame is so light on this thing that there is so much felt recoil. This thing is a little hand cannon. The next gun I bought for my wife, keyword I bought it for her, was this little Ruger LCP, another super common gun for women and beginners. This little Ruger has half of the trigger pull weight. It holds more rounds than a revolver, but you do have to rack the slide. And because this is such a small gun, it is pretty difficult to get it racked. When I rack the slide, I like to get close into my body, push out with my right hand, and push back with my left hand. And really any micro compact pistol is not going to be very accurate. Here I am shooting at 10 yards, not the greatest group. That's the major drawback of any automatic micro compact pistol. The next gun I bought for my wife was this little Beretta Tomcat. Technically, you don't have to rack the slide on this Tomcat because it has this breakaway barrel where you can load a round directly into the chamber and you're ready to fire. The issue here is the trigger is just as heavy as the revolver. So this break barrel doesn't really solve the problem. The biggest truth is guns aren't men's guns or women's guns. They're tools, and tools need to fit the user. Hand size, wrist strength, comfort with recoil, and confidence behind the trigger matter way more than a pink grip or ease of operation. With training, anyone can rack a slide. Yes, the mechanics of a revolver are really easy, but that doesn't mean you can't get an automatic pistol and enjoy that more. So here's my suggestion. Go to a range, try out some different handguns in a supervised setting, check for comfort in the hand, a trigger that you can cycle cleanly, recoil that you can manage confidently, and something that's reliable. I personally carry a SIG P365X. It's concealable enough, and I feel confident shooting it. My wife's favorite gun, and one that still looks pretty, even though it's not all pink, is this SIG P365 Rose. It comes in 9mm and 380. 380 will be less recoil, but not as much stopping power. Stopping power is how well it can stop a threat. Meaning, is the hole punched in your attacker big enough to stop them? I got a decent grouping with this SIG Rose, and it felt more premium in my hands than my daily 365X. So a few other guns, if you do have smaller hands, Smith & Wesson MMP Shield, Easy Series, a Glock 43X, or something from the SIG P365 series. The best gun is the one that you feel confident and in control with. Does it feel secure in your hand? Do you feel in control when presenting it? And do you feel confident after putting a few rounds through it? This gun was fighting me, and I'm 6 foot, 250 pounds. If a gun boosts your confidence, that's a strong sign you're on the right track. In my opinion, this revolver does not build confidence, and it does not encourage training and practice. But this automatic pistol does. You're not weak, you're not stuck with whatever someone hands you. So ask questions, compare options, and choose based on your confidence. But I want to hear from you. What handgun fits you the best? What did you start out with? And did you switch handguns later? If this video helped you or someone you know, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who's picking out their first firearm. Stay confident, stay informed. I'm Cameron Vance, and I'll see you in the next video.